Despite this pandemic and other natural calamities, we at the College of Business Education remain resilient and aspiring for greater excellence in pursuit to become successful entrepreneur and business owner in the future. I am Claire Adana Arsadon, and I am joined with Richel Ballesteros and Cesca Vidad under the College of Business Education. We present with you our Resilient Incentive Plan, increased truck drivers' motivation through strategic reward system. A strategic reward system for the employees is essential in every company in which it addresses 4 areas. These are the benefits, compensation, recognition, and appreciation. An efficient system could recognize and reward the behavior and performance of the employees. A strategic reward system is a type of tools to reward the hardworking employees in the organization. Its objectives are to attract and retain employees, motivate performance, promote skills development, encourage corporate culture, and determine pay. The right strategic reward system can help achieve for the employees using pay bonuses and benefits to encourage employees' loyalty, and a motivated employee will go beyond to contribute towards organizational success. Successful environment will attract new talent, make existing employees feel rewarded, and help retain your key people. Having a defined strategic reward system will help organizations attain financial results than those organizations that choose not to have one. We go to the problem identification. The Milaco Incorporation now and the Milaco Incorporation continuing their founder legacy. The truck drivers and the Milaco Incorporation trucking business. Milaco Incorporation or Milaco Enterprises Corporation, one of the trucking companies here in the Philippines. Company known for enterprises that focuses on wholesale trading of goods such as molasses, copra, and other essential commodities, and rendering hauling services as well. Raw materials are the resources used by the company to produce goods and finished products. They also provide goods transportation, logistics, and related transportation services to provide the requirements of their customers. Milaco's primary customer was San Miguel Corporation or SMB, and significant customers include Emperador and Tanduay. Milaco's Incorporation customers get the most of their forecasts and feel like they have gotten through of their money. Milaco Corporation, member of the Confederation of Truckers Association of the Philippines or CTAP. While the drivers are one who deliver finished goods and raw materials overland to and from manufacturing plants or retail and distribution center. Drivers are the most important player and human backbone of the industry. A truck driver's role is challenging given unpredictable nature and schedules, long distance travels, long periods of separation from the family members, perceived harassment by the police, and jobs insecurities. Drivers are usually assisted by helpers and virtually live in the car. The performance analysis, main problem identification. It had 2 dimensions and key findings. The 2 dimensions contains of truck drivers and the Milaco business. The main problems, on October 16, 2015, Chief Operations Manager of Milaco Incorporations and his team gathered for their quarterly meeting. Harris listened to the reports of each department. All the stories were positive given until the information of the finance department was discussed. Milaco Incorporation has a major issues with their company drivers. Drivers from both branches has been displaying overdrafts and high cash advances for the last few months, and the HR head also stated that the drivers were planning to boycott the deliveries. They also complaining regarding their low salaries and unfair treatment in giving fringe benefits. The condition started to concern Harris. He knew that those truck drivers were the most important players forming the human backbone of trucking industries. Harris needed to develop a solution to bring back the truck drivers' motivations. Otherwise, Milaco Incorporation could be at significant risk. That's why we are here to address our key question: what reward system should Milaco Incorporation implement in order to bring back drivers' motivations? Richel Ballesteros will discuss those strategies.
I'm going to talk about now the competitive edge of Melaco Incorporation. To start this, we consider the Melaco strengths and weaknesses to identify what strategies are needed for the company. So Melaco Incorporation is one of the trucking companies here in the Philippines that has two truckings called cargo and tankers that deliver raw materials to their clients. Now it has grown to a multi-million trucking business with approximately 50 manpower and 2 satellite offices. It means that the company has already grown as evidenced by its employees, increased 23 drivers, and number of customers it served. Along this long time of functioning, Melaco Incorporation had accounts in social media platforms for them to gain new and existing customers. The label of the company gives remembrance to all clients when giving rise to the products of raw materials or ingredients and services. As cited, they have grown to a multi-million trucking business to make their brand name common through these years. These strengths of Melaco Incorporation make their company grow in the industry. But this past year, the trucking business faced challenges due to government policies implemented. The temporary truck ban significantly decreased truck operators' trip. The company affected trucking rates, profit, and even the truck drivers want to switch profession because of low salaries and benefits. And by means of this, the company decreases drivers and services so that they offer some of the incentive program to the drivers to bring back their motivation. However, this doesn't diminish the fact that Pelaco is well known to have their own trucking company of delivering raw materials, having two classifications of trucks, the cargo and tankers, have 50 manpower including drivers and 2 satellite offices. The advantage with this is having the truck drivers who delivers goods and services, finished products to their customers. The TOS analysis helped the group to analyze the advantages and disadvantages of Melaco Incorporations and the threats faced. We used their strengths and weaknesses to determine the company's most suitable behavior and best strategies. The opportunities and threats will focus on changes in the external environment and possible impact on Melaco Incorporation. The SO stands for the strategies that use strengths to maximize opportunities, or the Maximax. The SNT stands for the strategies that use strengths to minimize threats, or the Maximini. The WNO refers to the strategies that minimize weaknesses by taking advantage of opportunities, or the Mini-Maxi. And lastly, WNP stands for strategies that minimize weaknesses and avoid threats, or the Mini-Min. This TOS matrix will enable the company to match its internal strengths and external opportunities, or the SO, to develop Maxi-Maxi strategies, those with the greatest potential for success. These are the strategies as said a while ago. The use of strengths to maximize opportunities. Since the drivers are important and needed in trucking industry, the Melaco Incorporation, being the multi-million trucking business, based on their truck drivers' motivation, should use promotion to feel appreciated and attract them. The presence of benefits should also motivate drivers on the company's benchmarks or standards of performance through giving life insurance, health insurance, and retirement benefits. The Melaco Incorporation should also take advantage of their strengths to avoid massive external threats. This ST strategy indicates that the organization can employ all the internal strengths to encounter their biggest threat, which is drivers' lack of motivation. Unmotivated, where the movement of drivers should be inactive. The Melaco Incorporation should use their strong reputation in tracking business by reward, such as public recognition. As the multi-million tracking company, they should start creating commitment towards drivers and stakeholders. The group also suggests the mini-maxi strategy, which attempts to minimize the weaknesses to measure the opportunities. The aim is to revamp internal weaknesses by making use of external opportunities. These are the W&O strategies. It has been said that Melaco Incorporation's greatest weaknesses at the moment is their operation trip. Their drivers are needed in their company to deliver finished products and goods. The group included the drivers' loyalty in delivering their services to its customers and clients. At the other extreme, we also highlight the company's vulnerability to threats based on their weaknesses and facilitate the development of strategies that minimize these and avoid threats. Given that the drivers have lack of morale, this led to Melaco to limit their operations trip within the Philippines. The company should now focus on retaining their truck drivers' motivation. As shown on the slide, on the strategy constitution, the areas of importance, the buildings or the walls of Melaco Incorporations are the truck drivers, definitely. And the roofs the roofs is the business itself, the Melaco Incorporation. And there are problems enumerated there. The lack of motivation, the low salaries and unfair treatment in giving fringe benefits, the overdrafts and cash advances, and the planning to boycott deliveries. Another is the insufficient funds, the decreased truck drivers operators trip, the encountered delay on shipments, and occasional shutdown in operations or manufacturers. Lastly is they overlook the aging of accounts receivable and the billing had been delayed. As shown on the slide, on the strategy constitution, the areas of importance, the buildings or the walls of Melaco Incorporations are the truck drivers, definitely. And the roofs the roofs is the business itself, the Melaco Incorporation. And there are problems enumerated there. The lack of motivation, the low salaries and unfair treatment in giving fringe benefits, the overdrafts and cash advances, and the planning to boycott deliveries. Another is the insufficient funds, the decreased truck drivers operators trip, the encountered delay on shipments, and occasional shutdown in operations or manufacturers. Lastly is they overlook the aging of accounts receivable and the billing had been delayed.
Proposed solution. With the SWOT metric conducting the company's competitive advantage, the immediate solution that the group suggests is the implementation of an incentive plan. The incentive plan content will be the strategies on increased drivers' motivation using the following. Number 1. The use of promotions. The drivers of Melaco Inc. make up the whole company, and without them, the company won't operate. So, the employees need to feel appreciated by using the promotion strategy. Promotion can be the most cost-effective way to reach the goals of the organization. The promotion strategy will be measured through the work rendered by each of the drivers. They should be committed to personal development and want to be promoted, exemplify the organization's ethos, have a good soft skills, are experienced in communication and listening, and know how to be compassionate, communicate with people instinctively, and get along with the staff. Number 2, the use of incentives. The company implements employee incentive programs in order to keep the drivers more engaged at work and to work hard. This includes giving bonuses and benefits to the drivers of Melaco Inc. and in which it motivates them for a reason that employees like to feel appreciated and recognized for efforts and good work.
Benefits that include health insurance. These are rapidly increasing and it benefits the health needs. It protects the employees and their families from financial losses. Another inclusion is retirement benefits. It maintains the standard living in retirement and helps the economy boost. Life insurance, on the other hand, such as PhilHealth and SSS, give the drivers financial confidence that their family will have financial stability in their absence in cases of emergency. But the more life insurance they have, the more benefits to provide to their family when needed. The incentives are one way to show the drivers that good work garners rewards. Building incentive programs is a great place to start to ask employees what sort of incentives they might like, and the company can set benchmarks or standards of performance for each incentive. Number 3, the use of social media platforms to reach new and existing customers. In order to recruit new and existing customers, the organization should use social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and other popular social networks that are rapidly growing. The company needs to create their own page and use it to promote what the organization does in order to gain new and existing clients. It may seem unusual, but this is one of the best methods to adapt new customers. Social media is a powerful way to generate a positive way conversation about the company. The results. Given the following solutions of the group, the key results of these strategies will increase the truck driver's motivation through a strategic reward system. First, people also do not linger at their jobs nowadays, unlike others. The organization spends more money on recruiting and training, which it could have invested elsewhere. At any time, a new employee is hired. Second, getting a good system of incentives keep the workers happy, committed to the company, and willing to step up the ladder. Third, rewards such as public recognition, benefits, and extra pay inspires the workers to work harder. For the following reasons, a strategic reward system is essential in retaining the workers, recruiting new employees, avoiding the expense of hiring and educating new employees, building loyalty and integrity, maintaining a safe work atmosphere, and promoting a positive attitude and actions, and making the employees more likely to seek success and improving the credibility of the company. With the strategies laid down by the group, they are positive that it will resolve the organization's issues. Moreover, the group is very optimistic that the organization will increase its customers' rate. Concept of strategies. To understand and analyze the view of our concept strategies, here is our cost-benefit analysis. We have the proposed strategies that contains with regularity of posting, granted cost per month, person engagement, and total monthly engagement. The engagement is based on the social media of Melaco Inc.'s post. The first strategies is the use of promotions for the truck drivers to feel appreciated and the use of incentives to increase the morale and attract drivers' motivation.